Hello there, welcoming you all in the Physics Arena by Nitesh. So, children, in the previous lecture we were discussing about that the new chapter, that is the electricity, in which we have started the part A, that is the household electricity. So children, in the last chapter we have learned about how we can generate the power and how we can transmit it to the consumer. So right now children, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about that color coding of the line, neutral and earth wires, because in order to transmit the electricity from one place to the another place, we require certain connecting wires. So those connecting wires will be of the different types and the different colors. So right now we are going to discuss about that is a coding color coding of live, neutral and earth wire. Children, as we are knowing that the different type of the wires are used for the different purposes. So children, as we are knowing that in order to send or in order to transmit the light or electricity from one place to the another place, we are going to use the live wire, which consists the amount of current, that is the live wire, and the live wire is of red color, is of either of red or brown in color. Okay, because if any circuitry is given to us, and then how we will find out that which wire is the live wire. So live wire is of red color or brownish in color. Neutral wire in a circuit, neutral wire is of either black in color or that is light blue in color, because each and every time whenever an electrician is coming to our house, or he comes to our house, then at that time what we have observed that he first started to check which wire is getting damaged. So the neutral wire is of black or that is light blue in color, and the last wire, that is said to be the earth wire, which is used for the grounding of the excess amount of the electricity, that is the earth wire is of either green or in yellowish color. So children, there are the three types of the wire is going to be used for the transmission of the light from one place to the another place, or from the hub to the consumer. Then we are using the three wires in a combination, that is a live, neutral and earth wire. So children, right now we are going to discuss about that the commercial unit of the electrical energy. So what do you mean by the commercial unit of electrical energy? Children, in our daily life we are using certain amount of energy for which we are paying certain amount of money to the government. So children, what do you mean by the commercial unit of the electrical energy? So children, electrical energy is generally measured in a unit called BOT, that is a Board of Trade. Okay children, so what I'm going to write over here, that is the electrical energy is generally measured in a unit that is called B dot O dot T, which is also said to, its abbreviation will be Board of Trade, means for which we are paying certain amount of money. Okay, board BOT, that is a board of trade unit, or that is also said to be, that is kilowatt hour. So children, what is kilowatt hour? Then how we can define 1 kilowatt hour? So 1 kilowatt, children, as we are knowing that kilowatt hour is a combination of kilo kilowatt and hour. So we can define that 1 kilowatt energy, 1 kilowatt 1 kilowatt hour energy, 1 kilowatt hour energy, okay, is defined as the amount of the amount the amount the amount of energy that is 1 kilowatt used in domestic circuit for 1 hour, for time 1 hour, is called 1 kilowatt hour energy. Okay children, so it means that if we use 1 kilowatt energy for per hour in a domestic circuit, then this is said to be that this is a 1 kilowatt the energy. Children, basically in order to find out the 1 kilowatt hour, or in a basic way how we can find out that is what will be the energy of an electrical appliance. So children, in order to calculate, here I am going to write that is a calculation of, this is a most important topic, this is a calculation of electrical power and electrical energy of an appliance. So children, in order to find out electrical energy and electrical power, as we are knowing that the power of an appliance can be given by, or can be calculated as, that is a ratio of the energy consumed in per unit of time. Children, okay, so whatever be the amount of energy is going to be consumed for per unit of time, in this way we can easily calculate that the electrical power of a appliance. So children, in order to calculate electrical energy, so we can find out electrical energy by the formula, that is the electrical energy is nothing but that is a product of the power of the appliances to the time for which it is going to be used. Okay children, so as we are knowing that the unit of the energy is kilowatt hour. So children, here we can write that is a power is in, it means that here the power will be in kilowatt. How we can find out the unit of the energy is kilowatt hour. So children, since power is in kilowatt, because we are using the amount of energy for the longer duration of time, so it will be in bigger unit, that is in kilowatt, and the time for use, that is in hours. So we can write that is a unit of the electrical energy is kilowatt hour, and which is also known as the commercial unit, So children, we can write here that kilowatt hour is the commercial unit of electricity. So children, right now what is the basic task? We have to calculate how much amount of energy will be there in 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, so let us start to calculate what will be the amount of energy in joule in the 1 kilowatt hour energy. So let's start to calculate. 1 kilowatt hour, 1 kilowatt commercial 1 kilowatt hour commercial electrical energy can be calculated as, that is a product of 1 kilowatt power to the 1 hour of the time for which some amount of energy is going to be used. Children, so children, 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt, that is in power, of an any electrical appliances, and 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, and each minute is having the 60 seconds. So children, and this will be in second, so easily we can write that that is 1000 watt into 3600 seconds. So simply on taking the product we can find out that is it is 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. It means that 1 BOT means that is a board of trade, that is also known as 1 unit, and 1 unit is equals to 1 kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt energy is nothing but that is a 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule amount of energy. So if someone may ask with you that what will be the amount of 1 unit, so simply we can find out that is nothing but that is a 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule amount of energy which we will use in 1 hour. So children, right now we have calculated that what is the unit of energy commercially. Right now we are going to discuss about that what do you mean by the electric meter. So right now I am writing here that is what do you mean by the electric meter. Children, electric meter, because we are using certain amount of energy, as each and every time I am saying that we are using certain amount of energy, so we requires a device which can calculate that how much amount of energy we have already used. So the electric meter is also called as the kilowatt meter. So what I am writing that the electric meter is also called kilowatt hour meter. Why? Because it measures the amount of electrical energy consumed by the consumer means that we are the consumers, okay, in the unit kilowatt hour. Okay children, so electrical for which we are paying certain amount of money to the government. So children, what do you mean by the electric meter? If someone may ask with you that what do you mean by electric meter, then you can say that that is nothing but that is a device or equipment or appliance, not appliance, that is a device which is going to be used whatever be the amount of energy is consumed, or whatever be the amount of energy is consumed by the consumer. So it calculates that amount of the energy in kilowatt hour. So children, a kilowatt hour is shown as the diagram. That electric meter is a device through which we can calculate that the amount of the electrical energy consumed inside of any of the circuit. So children, the biggest task is that sometimes we are using excess amount of the energy, and at that time our domestic circuit gets short circuited. So in order to prevent the short circuiting in the household circuit, and also to save our appliance, a system or a device which is going to be required to save our electrical appliances. So electrical, or that is electrical fuse, is that instrument which is a device and used to limit the amount of current in an electric circuit. Means electric fuse is a device which is going to be used to limit the amount of current flow in the circuit, and it behaves like a safeguard for our appliances and also save from any damages. Then how the damages may arise? If the current in the circuit exceeds to a specified value, then at that time the voltage fluctuation may arise the short circuit. So children, in order to reduce the short circuiting, we use a wire which is fixed between the two terminals in such a way that when a current flows through it and the wire is a short of length, so at that time it gets melt due to the excess flow of current and the circuit becomes open. It means that electric fuse is nothing but for the purpose of the electric fuse, a conducting wire like copper wire. Okay children, like copper, because it is a good conductor of electricity. So in order to make or construct an electric fuse, a conducting wire is fixed in between two terminals of a porcelain socket, that is a insulator porcelain socket so that its length is very small, very small, and as a huge amount of current pass through it, it gets melt. Okay children, at that time it gets melt and circuit becomes open, and in this way we can easily save our appliances by getting the damage. It means that generally the fuse wire is made up of the alloy of lead, tin, that is having 50% of each metals. So children, electrical fuse is nothing but that is a device which is going to be used in our household circuit in order to save our appliances for being damaged, and the purpose of the fuse is that it insulates or it prevents all the appliances for any damage of the excess amount of the current flow inside of the domestic circuit. So children, this is the electric fuse and its working. So children, there are certain characteristics of a fuse is given inside of your book. That are, the first one is that a short wire with a low melting point. It means that when excess amount of the current will flow through it, it will melt. The fuse wire is made up of an alloy of lead or tin, and it melts about at the temperature of 2 degrees Celsius. The next one is the basic property of the fuse is that the fuse wire is connected in series with the live wire. It means that as maximum amount of current is drawn to the meter, then suddenly it will come to the fuse, and as the current will flow through this conducting wire, and due to the excess amount of the wire, it will be melt and our circuit becomes open. And the third main point is that the thickness of the fuse depends upon the current rating of it. Okay children, so these were the characteristics of a fuse. So keep on reading, and in the next lecture we will discuss about that what do you mean by the MCB, and also we will find out that what do you mean by the household circuit and how we can discuss power rating, household consumption, energy, and also the hazardous or the dangerous events in the electricity. So keep on watching. Have a great day.